June 8, 1977 is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and fashion designer. Born in Atlanta and raised in Chicago, West gained recognition as a producer for Roc-A-Fella Records in the early 2000s, producing singles for several artists and developing the chipmunk soul sampling style. Intent on pursuing a solo career as a rapper, he released his debut studio album, The College Dropout, 2004, to critical and commercial success. He founded the record label Good Music later that year. West explored diverse musical elements like orchestras, synthesizers, and autotune on the albums Late Registration 2005, Graduation 2007, and 808, and Heartbreak 2008. His fifth and sixth albums, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 2010 and Yeezus 2013, were also met with critical and commercial success. West further diversified his musical styles on the Life of Pablo 2016 and Ye 2018, and explored Christian and gospel music on Jesus is King 2019. His 10th album, Donda 2021, was released to continued commercial success, but mixed critical reception. West's discography also includes the two full-length collaborative albums, Watch the Throne 2011 with Jay-Z and Kid Cudi, Ghosts 2018 with Kid Cudi. One of the world's best-selling music artists with over 160 million records sold, West has won 22 Grammy Awards and 75 nominations, the joint 10th most of all time, and the joint most Grammy Awards of any rapper, along with Jay-Z among his other awards are the Billboard Artist Achievement Award, a joint record 3 Brit Awards for Best International Male Solo Artist, and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. 6 of West's albums were included on Rolling Stone's 2020 500 Greatest Albums of All-Time list, with the same publication naming him one of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time. He holds the joint record with Bob Dylan for most albums, topping the annual Paz and Job Critic poll, and has the 5th most appearances on the Billboard Hot 100. Time named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2005 and 2015 as a fashion designer. He has collaborated with Nike, Louis Vuitton, Gap, and APC on clothing and footwear, and led the Yeezy collaboration with Adidas. He is also the founder and head of the creative content company Donda. West's outspoken views have received significant media coverage. He has been a frequent source of controversy due to his conduct on social media and at award shows and public settings, as well as his comments on the music and fashion industries, U.S. politics, race and slavery, his Christian faith, high-profile marriage to Kim Kardashian, and mental health have also been topics of media attention. In 2020, West launched an unsuccessful independent presidential campaign that primarily advocated for a consistent life ethic. In 2022, he was widely condemned and lost many sponsors and partnerships, including his collaborations with Adidas, Gap, and Balenciaga, after making a series of anti-Semitic statements. In November 2022, he announced his 2024 presidential campaign, appearing publicly with white supremacist Nick Fuentes. He later publicly praised Adolf Hitler, denied the Holocaust, and identified as a Nazi. West was born on June 8, 1977 in Atlanta, Georgia. After his parents divorced when he was 3 years old, he moved with his mother to Chicago, Illinois. His father, Ray West, is a former Black Panther and was one of the first Black photojournalists at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Ray later became a Christian counselor and in 2006 opened the Goodwater Store and Cafe in Lexington Park, Maryland, with startup capital from his son. West's mother, Donda C. West, née Williams, was a professor of English at Clark Atlanta University and the chair of the English department at Chicago State University before retiring to serve as his manager. West was raised in a middle-class environment, attending Polaris School for Individual Education in suburban Oak Lawn, Illinois, after living in Chicago. At the age of 10, West moved with his mother to Nanjing, China, where she was teaching at Nanjing University as a Fulbright scholar. According to his mother, West was the only foreigner in his class, but settled in well and quickly picked up the language, although he has since forgotten most of it. When asked about his grades in high school, West replied, "I got A's and B's." West demonstrated an affinity for the arts at an early age. He began writing poetry when he was 5 years old. West started rapping in the 3rd grade and began making musical compositions in the 7th grade, eventually selling them to other artists. West crossed paths with producer No ID, who became West's friend and mentor. 557 After graduating from high school, West received a scholarship to attend Chicago's American Academy of Art in 1997 and began taking painting classes. Shortly after, he transferred to Chicago State University to study English. At age 20, he dropped out to pursue his musical career. This greatly displeased his mother, who was also a professor at the university, although she would later accept the decision. West began his early production career in the mid-1990s, creating beats primarily for burgeoning local artists around his area. His first official production credits came at 19 when he produced 8 tracks on Down to Earth, the 1996 debut album of a Chicago rapper, Grav. In 1998, West was the first person signed to the management production company Hip Hop since 1978. For a time, West acted as a ghost producer for Derek D. Angeletti. Because of his association with D. West was not able to release a solo album, so he formed the Go-Getters, a rap group composed of him, GLC Timmy G Really Doe, and Aerostar. The Go-Getters released their first and only studio album, World Record Holders, in 1999. West spent much of the late 1990s producing records for several well-known artists and music groups. He produced the 3rd track on Foxy Brown's second studio album, China Doll, which became the first hip-hop album by a female rapper to debut at the top of the U.S. West began producing for artists on Roc-A-Fella. West is often credited with revitalizing Jay-Z's career with his contributions to Jay-Z's 2001 album, The Blueprint, which Rolling Stone ranked among their list of greatest hip-hop albums. Serving as an in-house producer for Roc-A-Fella, West produced music for other artists on the label, including Beanie Sigel, Freeway, and Cameron. He also crafted hit songs for Ludacris, Alicia Keys, and Janet Jackson.